Everyone thinks stepping into a new reality is about strategy or something mystical. The right morning routine, more hustle, a better sales process, another launch, another marketing strategy. That's what we're bombarded with every single day. And here's the thing, most of those things absolutely do work for some people at some points, but they never work for everyone all the time. And honestly, I don't know about you, but if I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the freaking morning to create the life I'm actually wanting to have, I have questions. Firstly, what time am I supposed to go to bed? And secondly, what kind of life am I actually creating if I'm exhausted before it's even begun? And look, if getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning is your jam, amazing, go for it. But for me, if I have to sacrifice the life I'm trying to create just to create it, something feels off. And the reason I know this isn't because I read it in a book. It's because I spent the last almost 20 years working with high capacity humans, watching incredibly capable people do everything right and still feel like something wasn't clicking. And honestly, I have been one of those people. I've done the morning routines, I've worked ridiculous hours, I've bought the programs, I've learned every marketing strategy known to humanity, seriously. And while every one of those things made me more knowledgeable, none of them changed the internal operating system that was reviewing and interpreting every strategy I was trying to implement. Because external actions don't rewrite an internal operating system that's still running old code, old beliefs, old identity, old energetic patterns. You can install every strategy in the world, but if it doesn't jive with your internal operating system and your internal operating system hasn't changed, eventually you'll hit the same invisible ceiling. One of the biggest fears people have is that if they stop chasing the next solution and doing, everything they've worked so hard to build will somehow fall apart. And I know that feeling. It feels like if you're not doing something, learning something, implementing something, you're falling behind. And top performers, high capacity people are resourceful as hell. If there's a problem, they're on it and they'll uncover every stone to find the solution. And honestly, this is BS. Because stepping into the reality that you know is there for you doesn't require external action to start. And absolutely, 100%. That's one of the biggest misconceptions for personal and business growth. Stepping into a new reality you know is available to you doesn't begin with external action. It begins internally. A couple of mornings ago, my power went out for 90 minutes. No laptop, no internet, no distractions, no perfectly planned routine, just me and the quiet. And in that 90 minutes, I dissolved something that had been quietly running my business for a decade. And not because I was doing anything extraordinary, but because I finally did what I do with my clients every day about what I'd been protecting myself from. And that wasn't about changing what I was doing. It was about changing what was underneath who I was being. And that internal operating system shift changed my perspective instantly. And it is freeing as freeing AF. And not because my external circumstances had changed, but because I had. And seriously, I get to witness this with my clients every day. One of my clients, Nicole, has experienced 3 of her best revenue months this year. And almost a 50% increase during those months, not because she suddenly discovered a magical new marketing strategy, and not because she started working longer hours. Quite the opposite. She worked less. But what she did do is she made the internal operating system shifts that changed the way she was showing up, making decisions, leading, creating, and responding to opportunities. And this isn't magic, even though it feels like it. And I completely understand why people describe it that way. Because when someone makes one internal shift and suddenly opportunities appear, momentum returns, relationships change, business grows, and life begins flowing again, it feels absolutely magical. But it isn't. It's actually repeatable. Listen, the neuroscience has finally caught up to what I've been doing with my clients for almost 2 decades. Your brain is constantly filtering reality through your internal operating system, and that operating system determines what you notice, what you believe is possible, and the decisions you make, the opportunities you take, the risks that you avoid, the actions that you feel are available to you. And when you change the operating system, and you literally begin interacting with your world in an entirely different way, which means your results begin changing too. And that's what the shift codes do. They're the technology I've developed over 19 years to identify that leverage point, that tipping point that's keeping your internal operating system running old code. The difference between why can't I figure this out and finally I did it. That's what happens. The goal is achieved, the business grows, the relationships changed, the opportunity arrives, and the momentum returns. And not because you became someone different. Absolutely not. No, not at all. But because you removed what was holding the person you already are from fully expressing as you. It's like a cork being held underwater. When you move what's holding it down, it bobs to the surface. And that's what this process does. Now, I've opened up a handful of reset intensives before I head away on holidays. If you've been thinking, I know I'm capable of more, my results should be moving faster than this, I know there's another level available to me, I'd love to help you identify that leverage point that's holding your next level in place. Because stepping into a new reality doesn't begin when your circumstances change. It begins when your internal operating system does. So comment reset if you're ready to stop solving the wrong problem and finally say, it's done. Have a wonderful day. Go out there and today be bold. Cheers.